Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakolash.
Double honors to the apostles, or who are the leaders of Israel, man. All right, salutations to you brothers out there doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity, man. Also known as the hope for your elect. All right, that's what it's for, man. The scripture say, let all things be done unto edification, man. The body edifies itself. This thing is done for the hope for your elect. That's it, that's all, man. All right, and today, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, all right, we're going to address this guy. I'm going to click on this. We're going to address this guy that's basically going off on his breakdown, man. All right, scoffing against the elder Malcolm. All right, and just flat out wrong.
And being simple, he openly just being simple, man. All right. And the scriptures tell you, it tells you in the scriptures to prove all things, holding fast to that which is good, you know. But we can't be simple in the truth.
How about you, Shy? Now, first off, before I start this video, I just want to say that this video is not on no envy and strife. You know, it's not on no hatred, nigga shit, man. All right, it's strictly for the truth's sake, man. All right. So, this brother GMS Maccabean Spirit, whose videos that I watch his brother's videos a lot. I get a lot of edification from this brother. You know, he seems like a very, very sincere brother. I've never talked to him, never met him, nothing like that. Just based off of the videos that I've seen from this brother, he puts out some very edifying information, man. All right, and I appreciate it. All right, so he speaks a lot about confusion of faith. He talks about that a lot in reference to Israel looking like different nations, right? So, you know, I've had conversations with different brothers throughout the years about brothers using that verse to say that Israel's going to look like other nations. Now, look, you should already pretty much know off top, anybody who's, you know, who deals with the truth of the scriptures, that Israel, everybody's not going to look like Shaq, right? Brothers say, hey, everybody's not going to look like John Shaft. Everybody's not going to look like Shaq, okay? And this is not a color thing, all right? It's not about what your color is, all right? It's about the seed that you come from, which I teach that. I teach the exact same thing. But here's the thing: when you go into the scripture, even the one in Baruch about the confusion of faces.
So then what's the problem? What precepts would you use to prove it then? What precepts would you use besides the ones that we use to prove it? All right, this video was definitely done out of strength, man, out of pride, clearly. To say some GMS Maccabean Spirit, take the proof from the elder. How the fuck are you the elder of what, man? The elder of whom?
Standing in the corner.
All right. Hey, look, this is Proverbs 13:10. Only by pride cometh contention, but with the well advised is wisdom, man. So this contention is coming from a prideful standpoint, man, on your part, man. All right. Go ahead, Alex.
It's the one in Daniel 9 and 7 through 8. It is not talking about Israelites looking like other nations. Simple and plain, man. It's not. And it ain't nothing to get mad about. You call somebody a fucking agent. Matter of fact, let's go and let's look. So first off, let's go to my comment. This is the comment that I left. All right. Now keep in mind the tone that I used. Right. The words that I used. I wasn't on no nigga shit. I didn't come talking shit. You know, I wasn't trying to be.
Look,
you know,
just because you using a smooth tone don't mean you a nigga. Hey, what the scripture say how Esau do it, he crouched it down.
Right.
But when it gets you, man, this called soothsaying, man.
They act like they because I didn't speak loudly or I didn't use harsh words.
Yep.
I'm coming humbly. No, man, that don't mean that, man.
You being a proud nigga, you soothsaying. All right, let's pull it out.
You know, just a grimy dirtball, dirtbag scoffer. This is on some brother shit, man. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? This is on some brotherly type shit. So anyway, let's go to it. It says, you're versed in the scriptures. So I started off by giving this brother a compliment. When I say you're versed in the scriptures, that means that I know that you know the scriptures. You know the Bible. You break it down. All right. I get edification from you. All right. Open up, giving the brother a compliment, man. All right. It says, you're versed in the scriptures, and it should be common knowledge that Israel will sometimes look like the nations we were scattered to. Which that's, of course, if you don't know that, if you're still fighting against that, then, you're just a dumb nigga, man, and you don't understand nothing. You probably shouldn't have nothing to do with the Bible. All right? That's easy. That's simple and plain. Okay? Then I put, but Daniel 9:7-8 is clearly not talking about Israel looking like other nations. And it's not. When you read it in context, when you start off reading at the top of Daniel, the 9th chapter, and then you read all the way down, you go through the chapter or stop at 9:7 or 9 through 1 and 8, you're going to get the proper understanding of what it's actually talking about. And we're going to get to that. It says, but Daniel 9:7-8 is clearly not.
This Proverbs 27:5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of the enemy are deceitful. All right, so the most deceitful niggas come smooth like that, man. I start off and then say, I did like this. It don't matter, man. Hey, what you're saying is wrong.
Judas did that.
That's right.
He said the one who didn't kiss him.
He betrayed you. I wish I would have kissed.
Right. So get still out there, brother. Yeah, wait, if I make it. You can tell that he's trying to cover his tracks by saying that in the beginning, saying that, hey, I'm not coming like this, and but he's saying that he's learning from the elder, but he wants to rebuke him as if he is an elder over him. Like you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense, Yeah,
this that smooth words, man. So then, you know what they do that so they can be like, well, the other brother's wrong because he got harsh with him. And it says the wounds of a friend, man. All right, they're faithful, and so it don't matter if somebody get hard. In fact, when somebody do get harsh on you, that's usually when it's right. All right, the truth comes back right just like that, man.
This is Proverbs 28:25. Just a precept, the one you read in the 13th chapter. It says, "He that is of a proud heart stirreth up strife." Here it is, you agreeing with what the elder video was talking about, but here it is, you making the video talking about but this ain't it. Like Benji said, man. If you believe in the confusion of faces, and of course the seed scattered throughout the different nations, they ain't gonna come back looking like John Shaft. Well, then what scriptures you use to prove that? You know?
That's right.
Because when you see a so-called white man and he's actually a Jake, his lineage goes back to Jacob. What do you call him? He's a confusion of face, man. It's simple and plain.
Right, because just on face value, you a confusion for a man of the other nation. Same thing going to Moabite or something like that. You might be cursing out a motherfucker. You think that it's Moabites, and Moabites walk past. You talk to him, you discern the spirit, you found out he's an Israelite. But on face value, if you just look at him, he look like a Moabite. Yeah, that's confusion.
Hey, because it says, "He that is proud of heart stirreth up strife, but he that putteth his trust in the Lord shall be made fat."
That's right.
"He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walketh wisely shall be delivered," man. You see? Even trusting in your own heart by this right here. Look, in Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter, man, it says wisdom is manifold, man.
Right this wisdom of hey, this wisdom of Solomon 7 and verse 22. "For wisdom, which is the work of all things, taught me, and her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only." So there's only truth. There's only one truth, manifold, but there's layers to it. And a quick example would be give us today our daily bread, which is going into physical, getting your physical bread, like it says, give me neither riches nor poverty, but what I need, basically. All right, yeah, so I can be content, But it's also going into the spiritual bread, man.
Yep.
All right, you know, hey, keep that spirit on me. Feed me with this necessary food, man.
Because the argument this guy making, because there was a beautiful example, and the Spirit just gave me another one. Revelation 2:9. We use it to say what? It's talking about those Khazars, those Jewish bastards.
Right.
But when it was written, it was talking about niggas, man.
Like
So that's like a nigga making the video. No, bro, that Revelation 2 is actually talking about Israelites. Yeah, nigga, I know that. That's the manifold wisdom of the Lord, man. So when you read this Daniel, when you read the Baruch, when you read the Ezra, yes, when it was written, it was talking about us not following the laws. Us not.
That's like in Acts when they used the Joel that said your son shall dream dreams, because that was it fit for them too, but that was talking about what's happening now. So they gonna make Peter was wrong.
Right.
They was wrong for saying that in Acts, man. No, man, the scriptures manifold. I'm finish this up, man. For wisdom, which the work of all things taught me, for in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold. There's layers to it, man.
Yep.
Subtle, lively, clear, undefiled. Hey, just like the serpent, the brazen serpent. All right, that was set up as a physical thing, but it spiritually represented what? Yahweh Shai as well, man.
That's right.
All right, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good. I'm gonna skip down to read 27. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. And in all ages enter into holy souls, she maketh them friends of the Most High and prophets. All right, so when you go through our generations, all right, the scriptures they still mean what they mean, but it's a different layer for even the time period you're in, man. All right. Yes, Jake was a mixed multitude and had a confusion in the face of being ashamed for the sins we did, but also in this day and age, it goes into what? Is that too? We all were confused in the face, man. We were in the world. We was confused in the face.
That's right.
All right, we know we were. We was living in our fucking shame. In fact, technically, we still fucking shamed, man. We still in this hell. All right. As a whole, we still all the confusion in the face, but there's also a physical part to it, man. For this time period, there's a lot of Jake that look like heathens. Part of the prophecies, man.
And that's a part of the shame as well.
That's the big. We're gonna get the precepts. What's a big part of
That's
the shame?
why I said, and somebody can grab it in Isaiah. Well, we used to use it for color, but it really goes into
wax pale.
Exactly.
Shame. That shame is talking about we gonna be forsaken. The Lord ain't gonna leave us forever. That's right.
But a lot of Jakes used to read that and just look on it because they in the other scriptures, us knowing about confusion of faces, you would refer to it as that, but it really wasn't what that was talking about. Hey, perfect example, right? When you read Jeremiah, going back to what he was just saying, when you read Jeremiah, what's that, the 14th verse, 14th chapter in the 2nd verse, it says Judah is blackened to the ground. And we related to us being dark-skinned people, but that's really still talking about our shame, our confusion, and the state that we in as a people. Going back to it's manifold scriptures like that, man.
Like Lamentation.
That bitches was black in the cold.
You know, because it was what the famine. It was talking about the condition they was in. But we use it to what? To their message, man. You know.
Right. Because then it says they were not known in the streets.
Yep.
They know it was going into a Jake condition, man. We didn't know what the hell we were. When we were black. Hey, the scripture's not perfect. It's purified 12 times, man.
Because it's right.
7 times.
In that same chapter, I think it's right before that. It said how the Nazarites, or what it said, but it was talking about the pureness of how we were.
Right.
Before that, and then it goes to us being black and down.
And that's why you Mr. Elder. That's why we got elders above us, man. That's why we got men above us, man. That's how you learn. Sirach 8:8, man. That's how you give need when that's how you give answer when need requires, man. It's from your elders, it's from your teachers.
But they too learn their fathers.
I learned a lot from this brother. He's very edifying. But yeah, what?
That's the kiss. That's the kiss right there.
Yeah. Right.
I got a precept real quick. This Ephesians chapter 3, verse 10. To the intent that now unto the principalities and powers in heavenly places might be known by the church the manifold wisdom of the Most High. Right? So, hey, the wisdom is manifold, man. You know? Hey, you just can't put the Lord in a box, man. All right? When you read the scriptures, like we was going to earlier, you can read the same scriptures 100 times, and the Lord gives you a different understanding of it, man. Right? You know? A deeper revelation of how to explain it.
Right. Yeah. You can go ahead, man. Y'all listen.
Talking about Israel looking like other nations. The confusion of face is talking about the shame and Jake having no knowledge. Even when you look it up in the blue letter and read it in context, this is clear, which that's very true. Okay. It says also, and then I said also, Elder Tahar even mentioned this in a video a couple months back, that confusion of face isn't talking about Jake looking like other nations. And then I put mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird would maybe prove your point better. No malice in my comment, just edification, shallow woman. Strictly on some brother shit, not a scoffer, scorner comment. Okay? That's not my lot. I'm not a scorner and a scoffer. Now, I don't go on brothers' pages and fucking scoff. All right? That's not what I do. All right, so let's go to the replies and let's see how this brother responded to me.
Since he mentioned
all right?
Apostle. Because the confusion of face, it does mean shame. We already said that, but it's manifold. So let's go ahead and prove that. Go ahead, you can put a blue letter up. We'll get it. Somebody grab Numbers, the 12th chapter.
Hey, he got it right here. Even when you just read it, like the right on. I know in this Bible it say shame.
We get Numbers 12. Somebody just hold it. And then we get Ezra 9.
9 and 7. Yeah. You got the Ezra 9 and 7? Alright, I got Daniel 9 and 7.
That's doing slow.
You want to come on these scriptures, or you waiting on that?
Yeah, we can read it first. We can read the Daniel. We can get the Daniel.
Alright, this is Daniel 9 and 7. This is Daniel 9 and 7. O Yahweh, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day the men of Judah.
So we get some context.
Hey, all you niggas say, all you niggas say context within the text, bro. That's it, man. He probably moving his fucking fingers like that the nigga riding a piece of fingers while he started at 5. God, this is Daniel 9 and 5. We have sinned, we have sinned and have committed iniquity.
I can see.
In Daniel 9 and 5, we have sinned and have committed iniquity and have done wickedly and have rebelled every one by departing, have rebelled even by departing from thy precepts and from thy judgments. Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants, the prophets, which spake in thy name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. This is Daniel 9 and 7. O Yahweh, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day, to the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, throughout all the countries, whether thou hast driven them, because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee.
So there you go. We got a confusion of faces, and that word there is bashath. All right, bashath. When you say shame, shameful thing. And what's the shameful thing? The judgment. For one, the fact that we fucking sinned against the Lord. But he said what? The judgment. He said we were scattered among these places. All right. So we feel shamed. It said in Baruch, I know they remember me in the land of their captivity. We like, damn, we fucked up, right? That is a part of the shame. We fucked up. We got scattered, but also it comes with that. What comes with us getting scattered? Get Ezra 9 started at 1. Bible for shot.
Ezra 9 and 1. Now, when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abominations.
Right? So a Jacob was following idols, which it tells you that's one of the definitions.
Yep.
The implication specifically an idol. So following after wicked, when you're not serving the Lord, you've been idolatrous. That's a shameful thing. That's a part of it. But what else? Go ahead. What else they do, man? Go ahead.
Even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites,
Somebody get Psalm 106.
the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands.
So that's part of the shame as well. Not only did we learn the ways of the heathens, all right, part of how we even got down with them to serve the idols was we was intermingling with them, man. Popping they women, they popping our women, they having tears amongst us, and we having confusion of faces among them, man. That's a shameful thing, especially because Ezra and Nehemiah is the same time frame, basically. It's the same account, basically. When you go into Nehemiah, it tells you part of that shameful thing. But we got to get it. Matthias, get it. Because why was Nehemiah mad at them? Why was Nehemiah, exactly, why was Nehemiah pissed off at Israel, man? For the shameful shit that they did. Let's get it.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13. And I started 23. It says, in those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod, of Ammon, and of Moab. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people.
There you go. That's part of the shame, man. That we was fucking really mingled in with these people, man. Serving their idols, all right? They was popping each other, and they actually became heathens. So a huge part of it is just that, man. A huge part of that shame is those bastard children, all right, that was born in them, man. All right, and for that time, man. You keep going. It's more than that, right?
Okay. It says, and I contended with them and cursed them.
He got into a fight with him over it, man, because that was a shameful thing.
And smote certain of them, and plucked off their hair, and made them swear by the Most High, saying, ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his power, and the Most High made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin.
So of course it starts with what? The idolatry. It starts with us going off and serving the Lord. All right. But that trickled down even to physically. They was dealing with these women, producing children. All right. Children that were a fucking shameful thing. All right. Not because they were born of heathens. All right, necessarily, but because of what? Because they didn't even speak our own language. They spoke the language of the damn heathens, man. That was a shameful goddamn thing.
Just like you stupid ass niggas gonna partake in the 4th of July, you know, when you're commemorating the time when your grandfather was getting his rod cut off and set on fire. This shameful as fuck, man. You niggas outside having a goddamn ball to celebrate and commemorate that.
You know what's fun? A lot of them don't have picnics. A lot of them go to the park. The picnic is set up. They had picnics on the 4th.
Yep.
Which they was doing that shit. They was picking a nigga, hanging them, and celebrating, man. That's a shameful thing too. That's part of the being mingled with it. There's levels to it, man.
Yeah, precept real quick. It's Psalms 106. And
Started 34.
Yep. 34. It said they did not destroy the nations concerning whom Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their work.
So it started with what? They intermingled with them, learned how to serve their idols. All right, just like the first part of the shame the brother mentioned, you niggas. Like we have fireworks right now. We just heard the fireworks.
Hey, get it started early,
as
man.
a spirit, so we can have an example of that part of the shame.
Cool ass nigga.
All right, go ahead, Slap Shakari.
They say, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them.
Right, a trap.
Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters of the devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood.
There you go. So they mingle with these people, learn their fucking ways. Just as the prophecy said it will happen in Deuteronomy 7.
Like, can I get this? Well, no, go ahead.
You got Deuteronomy 7? Oh, I thought Deuteronomy 7. Just as the prophecy said it will happen in Deuteronomy 7, man. Now, if you dealt with them Hamites specifically that was in that land, or if you married with them, all right, that would be a snare and trap unto you. You're going to serve their idols.
Yep.
That's the shame.
I got it.
Those offspring that came from them, go ahead.
All right, Con, this is Deuteronomy 7 and 3. It says, matter of fact, this is Deuteronomy 7 and 1. It says, when Yahweh thy power shall bring thee into the land, whether thou possess, goest to possess it, that and has cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, and Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Lord thy power,
Just for the record, all right, so he named specific nations. So this ain't got nothing to do with not being able to pop heathen women. Just for the record, Jake like to bring out to say that. That ain't got nothing to do with that. Just talking about these specific nations that was in our land.
Yep, those Canaanites.
Yep. Go ahead.
verse 2, it says, and when the Lord, and when Yahweh thy God shall deliver them from before thee, and thou shalt smite them, and utterly destroy them.
Utterly kill them off. That was the commandment. Now you know this is talking about these specific nations, man. Not all the fucking heathens. Go ahead.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his son shalt thou take to thy Shalaki, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you, and shall destroy thee suddenly.
There you go. So that's how that shame was brought upon us. It technically started with them dealing with the damn women of these nations, mingling with them. That's how it fucking started, man. Then they served their fucking idols. All right? So that is a part of the shame, man. Producing those damn children from these people, they learn these damn heathen ass ways, and then the shame especially comes down to they physically look like them.
Well, it's like a staining. It's like a staining your honor in your bloodline. It's removing your landmark. All right, that was a big thing in the ancient world. This is Numbers, just an example of what we're going into, and how much of a how serious this was, how much of a big deal it was with Israel. All right, this Numbers 25 and 1, and Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab, and they called the people unto sacrifices of their gods, and the people did eat and bowed down to their gods. So here it is, they were popping these women, right? They were popping the daughters of Moab, and then the next thing you know, what they serving the gods, like the brother said. And Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor, and the anger of Yahweh was kindled against Israel. And Yahweh said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Lord against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel. So he said, take these niggas and kill them. All right. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one of his men that was joined to Baal Peor. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses and in the sight of all the congregation, bringing that confusion. And the children of Israel who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, he rose up among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague stayed from the children of Israel. So he got the shame off Israel by putting them to death for doing that shit, man. That was his business, shit.
Because they was when they was popping them women, it was a part of that that idolatry.
The ritual.
You know, those orgies they be having and shit, man. They was taking part in that madness, man.
They showed you that in the movie 300. When he wanted to offer him the spot in the camp, he took him straight to the sex place, man. And dude said, fuck it, I want it all. They showed you the women sexing them up, and then after that, they showed you a big ass pop up with a Baphomet right behind it. And he bowed down, he said, fuck it, I want it all. You know, that's a part of that ritual, man. You go back to that Ezra. You got that.
Back in Ezra 9 and 3.
Was you done with that Nehemiah back?
Yeah, that was pretty much the point.
Yeah, so go ahead. That's right.
Like I'm gonna read 2. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of the princes and rulers have been chief in this trespass. And when I had heard this thing, I rent my garment.
And so what it says in Sirach, as is the ruler, so as his officers, you know.
Yeah.
So if they was chief, if they was the top ones doing it, what are the other people was gonna see doing that? So what, man? The children would have been niggas, just like how it took place when the great falling away, man. You know, like I said, we just read in Nehemiah, man. They were speaking the Moabite language. They were speaking what's the different ones it said? Ashdod, Ammon, and Moab, man. And they were speaking in the language according to the man, according to whichever woman that man married, man. Same thing you see today. Shit, nigga. Hey, go ahead.
Tiger Woods. He claimed the Chinese side of his family.
That's perfect.
Which is his mama.
That's perfect.
You know, and because that's the spirit. Because that's what I was gonna use. The same thing. Because look at the niggas in America, man. Look at the niggas in America. Hey, a lot of us grew up celebrating Christmas and Halloween and Easter and all that shit because of who? Our mama, man. You see?
Because most of the time, the black man, he don't deal with this, all right? Like they showed you with James from Good Times, ain't that the father name? That was John Amos. Ironically, John Amos on the video. Yeah,
right.
You know, but at the same time, but they showed you how James and the boys, they didn't deal with that Caesar Borgia picture. They didn't deal with it. But the woman was like, then what Michael showed in the scripture, JJ agreed with it. Then she said, well, this is the only Jesus I know. Because a lot of time the man don't believe this shit. He just deal with it to keep the fucking nigga, to make the bitch shut up, man.
And sometimes.
Well, a lot of these
niggas deal with it because they was raised up on it already. They already confused. They confused their faces. They shamed.
Yep.
They popping fireworks. You know, popping fireworks. These niggas popping fireworks.
Yep.
That's we was talking about that in the store earlier. It be niggas doing that shit, man. Niggas be popping that shit. Go to Indiana because it's legal here to buy them in Chicago. They go to Indiana, go grab $300, $500 for fucking fireworks, making noise all goddamn night.
Been broke all year, asking you for $50.
They been saving for the 4th.
Asking you, yeah, they get that stupid ass outfit. With the American flag Air Force One, Chuck Taylor, right? Yep. And some type of Americanized shoes, some Air Force Ones, some Chuck Taylors, or some niggas they get the flag, the tank top. You niggas out your goddamn mind. Hey man, that's why the scriptures say that the whole head is sick, man. The niggas do that, man. My uncle never used to do that. They get me out the house late as hell, sneak me out, take me to the track team, pop me fireworks. I never thought these niggas were 30 years old. Like I never, when I was a shorty, right? I never considered this fact, man. This shit boiled out.
That's confusion.
That's confusion as fuck.
They learned the ways of the heathens. They pop these people. That's all part of it, man.
Because that's the whole point. Like it was no point. We only 4 minutes 44 seconds in. You know, hey, call on la Yahweh Shem Yahweh, Lord willing, we do receive that mercy. Hey, but and all this dude doing, he agreed with the other Malcolm. He agreed with him and everything. But this Daniel 9 and 7 ain't talking. So what?
No, you made a good point when y'all said, well, what precept would you use to prove confusion of faces if you use head?
You got the Jeremiah 12, and you know what? We need to get that because it starts up talking about his heritage war against him as a lion. That's all part of the confusion. It's the same thing we're reading about. Israel went away from the Lord. They mingled with these heathens, followed their idols, and the children became strange children, like it says in Hosea.
That's right.
They became strange children.
I got something for this Hosea chapter 4.
I think Hosea 5. I was going to be rude. Go ahead.
Hosea 4:7. I'm gonna get straight to the point. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore, will I change their glory into shame.
There you go. That's on every level of it, man. So we have to, like it says in Lamentations, how did the gold of Israel, all right, become as the earthen vessel? You know, that's the shame, man. We supposed to be this mighty nation, and some of us look like goops. Some of us look like Hamites. Hey, yeah, that's another thing. Melanoma, not this guy, but you melanoma niggas. A lot of you niggas like fucking Hamites, man. That's part of the shame too. The hell? Looking like Esau, that's part of the shame. That's a huge part of the shame.
Yeah, because even when the Lord turned Miriam,
we got that. The spirit. Whoever got the number 12, we can just read it since you said it. Start at verse 12.
This is Numbers 12 and 12. It says, let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half soon when he cometh out of his mother's womb. And
which is going into what? Look like an Edomite, having that melanin strip.
Yep.
All right. So all Jacob gonna look like fucking Shaq or Shaq, like he started off saying. He is right about that, man. This argument this guy's having is a mute point. Like, dude, it's by pride. It's only by pride the strife is here.
Yeah.
It's really this is plain, man.
Because you agree.
These are thorough breakdowns. We understand the other part of confusion and things. We mentioned it. You just said the Apostle Hart mentioned it. All right.
Because if he's so off, according to as he think to make this video, wouldn't one of the elders call the elder Malcolm? Wouldn't one of the apostles call him?
Well, we all know about then the apostles wouldn't call him confusion of face either. Right. You taking one line from what the Apostle Hart said and throwing out all the other teachers that he teaches and the rest of the apostles.
We would know this by now. The brothers, it would have been an announcement. Look, we can't do this and that. We can't teach this and that. Because we follow order.
For example, Jeremiah 4:7 about Malcolm and Stickett.
Right.
For the longest, we broke that down in Yahweh Shah, man. Elder Malcolm got the call from one of the apostles and said, guess what? That ain't talking about that. That's talking about Nebuchadnezzar, man. So if Elder Malcolm was so off, one of the apostles would have went and corrected him, man.
I literally just mentioned the scripture earlier in Isaiah about the face waxing pale. We
Yep,
used to teach that here.
Yep.
And then we got a call for that. We used to teach that. We got a call
back. We went to call. The apostle did a whole video on it.
Yep.
Back when they did a whole breakdown of the waxing pale.
Yep.
I remember that, man. Hey, that's bugged out. But nevertheless, hey, the Apostle Hart, he mentions confusion of face when we talk about confusion of faces. He mentioned the shame part to let you know that's the part of it, man. You can have both. You can have the both folds to it, man. That manifold part,
like the revelation,
yes.
About the earth helping the woman, the flood, swallowed the flood.
Yep.
Apostle Hart came out and was like, no, hey, that's literally talking about the armies. That's talking about the Roman army and how we fled into Africa, man. That's how the earth helped the woman. You know. So then it was they was at a museum. They was doing an outside lesson,
yep.
And a young brother broke it down like how we always break it down according to the artifacts. And Apostle Rama made a statement like, "Well, no, that ain't really." You know what I'm saying? Apostle Hart was like, "No, but he can use that because it's manifold, man."
On the wall, and they was going into it.
You know?
Yeah. Yep.
So like the whole point, man. This guy is all about contention and strife. He started off, look, I ain't making this video because it is because what else is you making the video for? You agreed on everything he said except the Daniel. Nah, I ain't talking about what?
Man, relax. Cool off.
Hey, keep going at numbers. Go ahead, man.
Numbers 12 and 13. It says, and Moses cried unto Yahweh, saying.
Hey, so you asked this. I asked this. Yeah, I want to say God wanted to call him a brother. I'm gonna call you a brother, man. I'm like, hey, is it a shame for our people to look like other people? Is it a shame for an Israelite to look like another nation, man? Because you clearly said that you believe, of course, there's going to be, everybody ain't going to look like Shaq, according to like you said. So is that a shame for our people to look like the other nations, man?
You know,
And if the answer is yes, then why can't you use Daniel 9 and 7? Why can't you use Ezra 9 and 7 then? Like it, bro. Go ahead.
if you got a superstar, man, you know, and he looks like the other nation, that glory is going to that nation, man. Even though if he's being claimed to be of the nation that he's really rooted from, it doesn't matter because his face is showing is still showing glory to that other nation.
Like all the Edomites, right? They try to come out and be like, well, there's Edomites that can sing,
Right.
there's white people that can sing and do this and that.
Right, like they claim Justin Timberlake.
Exactly.
That's a great example. Now they think that there's some crackers that's raw as fuck. And shit like this. Hey, you wish, bitch. Justin Timberlake is a nigga.
Hey, me and your wallet. Remember we was walking from the camp on Friday, and I said the white man gonna be mad when he found out all his heroes was Israelites.
Oh yeah.
I said that. And we mentioned Justin Timberlake. I said when the white man found out all his top pro wrestlers that had some salt, all his top singers,
Stone Cold.
that's what I was talking
They
about.
gonna be mad.
They can't take it. Randy Savage,
Hulk
Oh, they
Hogan.
gonna be
Hulk,
blue.
the Hulk. We said the Hulk. I
Oh,
said
yeah,
really
yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
blue about Hulk.
yeah, because he was on that American. He was confused in the face for real.
And he was pumping it up for
He
him.
came. This theme song was a.
I am a real
Jordan
American.
Yeah.
Piper was right up there. Some
But he's
shit.
sitting at home with them Jordans on the table. With
Oh,
the roll.
they gonna be
He even
blue
got,
about Rick
we
Flair.
said that. We said Hulk.
Yeah, Rick
We
Flair.
said Rick, Macho Man, Steve Austin. Before he was Stone Cold, he took that red line shit was a roll. Before that, he was stunning Steve Austin. He was the stunner.
Yep.
Man, hey man,
Stunner man.
the Hollywood stunt boy, some shit like that.
Scott Hall, Kevin Nash.
Yeah, Big
Man,
Mama
these
Funk.
niggas, man. They niggas, man.
Hey, the white man is through, man.
They gonna be left with John Cena and Brock Lesnar.
Right.
And they gonna be right in their motherfucking field,
Yeah,
strong as hell.
And they
Brock
be
Lesnar
beat.
got clean.
And they be scoffing the shit out of Brock Lesnar. Like when you check like the wrestling feeds and shit, motherfuckers talking about every time match is always German suplexes and what they call it, because that's all he do.
Hey, you gonna find
That's
out
all he do.
with Lord Willis. You gonna find out in October he's supposed to be fighting John Jones.
Nah.
I kid you not, he fighting John Jones.
It goes with that scripture that Zachariah brought out, man. How the Lord said He's gonna train our glory to change.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
And that's how it's manifold, man. Because it even goes down to the physical. It is very shameful for the nation of Israel to be looking like the other nations, man. But we know that that's happened already. You know.
Finish that. Finish that. I was gonna say that. Yeah, that's right.
Kind of said, I'm gonna read verse 13 of this Numbers 12 and 13. Moses cried unto Yahweh, saying, hear her now, O Yahweh, I beseech thee. And Yahweh said unto Moses, if her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed? 7 days, let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received in again.
There you go. So when she looked like the Edomite, it said that she should be ashamed. That's a shame to be like these nations, man.
Yep.
That's a part of it. Plainly. This is Hosea 5. And I'm gonna start at 3. I know Ephraim and Israel is not here from me, for now Ephraim thou committest whoredom, and Israel is defiled, going after idols. They will not frame their doings to turn into their power for this, not only going after idols, but also going after these heathens. Right? Like you said, they sought after their lovers. Okay? It goes hand in hand, man. Going after idols is part of going after the nations. They will not frame their doings to turn into their slacking. They will not frame their doings to turn into their power, for the spirit of whoredom is in the midst of them. They have not known Yahweh. And the pride of Israel doth testify to his face. Therefore shall Israel and Ephraim fall in their iniquity. Judah also shall fall with them. They shall go with their flocks and with their herds to seek Yahweh, but they should not find him. He hath withdrawn himself from them. For they have dealt treacherously against the Lord. They have begotten strange children. Now shall a month devour them with their portions. All right?
That's why you see all these. Where do you see niggas and spiggers in the church, in the mosque, and every type of thing. Cause they seek it. That's them seeking the Lord, man. But they ain't gonna find him. Because the Most High ain't there. The Lord gave him over to their lovers, to their shame, they confused. He said, Judah and Israel seek after Yahweh, and they ain't gonna find him, man. You got niggas listening to TD Jakes, man, thinking they getting the word of God, man.
And that word for strange right there is zawar, all right, which means to be strange, to be a stranger. All right, which of course is manifold. We was counting as strangers because we amongst these heathens, but also they actually look like them, man. It's that plain, man. That's a part of the shame.
What he say? And what's that? In Zephaniah or Zechariah, the king's children are a strange apparel.
That's the spirit. I was just actually like that. The scripture people use for Halloween.
That's
the
one.
one. That's what I want.
That's the one. It's in Zechariah or Zephaniah. The king's children are dressed in strange apparel, man.
Why?
And that's all the way from looking like them, acting like them.
Right.
Somebody get like the fancy phone shit. Strange apparel. Just look it up.
You can go ahead, Yashua, with that man. That's back in Ezra land.
Back in Ezra 9 and 3. And when I heard this thing, I rent my garment and my mantle and plucked off the hair of my head and off my beard and sat down astonished. Then we assembled unto me every one that trembled at the word of Yahweh, power of Israel, because of the transgressions of those that had been carried away. And I sat astonished unto that evening sacrifice. And at the evening sacrifice, I arose from my heaviness, and having rent my garment and my mantle, I fell upon my knees and spread out my hands unto Yahweh my power, and said, Oh, my power, I am ashamed, and blush to lift up my face to thee. My power, for our iniquities are increased over our head.
Right. So he was ashamed of what? For this great trespass that Israel had done. Dealing with these heathen, producing these children that spoke these heathen languages. All right. Israel serving idols. That's all part of it. Go ahead.
It says, and our trespass is grown up unto the heavens. Since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass unto this day, and for our iniquities have we, our kings and our princes, been delivered into the hands of the kings of the land, to the sword, to captivity, and to a spoil, and to confusion of face as it is this day.
So that's the punishment, man. We got swallowed up by the heathens, completely swallowed, man. Take like Hosea 8, man, swallowed up among the heathens, taken over by them, learned their ways, looking like them, acting like them, popping fireworks and shit, man. That's the shame the Lord put on us, man. He gave us over unto our lovers, to the point where even some Jake got that Miriam shame, man. They look like him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get on that.
I got a quick precept that basically covers up everything we're going into. This is Baruch 1 and 15. And ye shall say to Yahweh, our power belongeth righteousness, but unto us the confusion of faces, as it is come to pass this day unto them of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and to our kings and to our princes and to our priests and to our prophets and to our fathers. For we have sinned before Yahweh and disobeyed him, and have not hearkened unto the voice of Yahweh our power, to walk in his commandments that he gave us openly. Since the day that Yahweh brought our forefathers out of the land of Egypt unto this present day, we have been disobedient unto Yahweh our power, and we have been negligent in not hearing his voice. Wherefore the evils cleaved upon to us, and the curse which Yahweh appointed by Moses his servant at the time that he brought our fathers out of the land of Egypt, to give us a land flowing with milk and honey, like it is to see this day. Nevertheless, we have not hearkened unto the voice of Yahweh our power, according to all the words of the prophets whom he has sent us, But every man followed the imagination of his own wicked heart to serve strange gods and to do evil in the sight of Yahweh our power. Going to us serving the idols, along with doing that and getting with the women of the other nations.
I tell you, to my knowledge, he mentioned that one because he said, you know, the one in Daniel, and he said the one in Rebuke too.
Yep, he did mention one of the Rebuke.
Yeah,
It's all saying the same thing. Israel was going off. They was dealing with heathens. That's why we're in this hell, man. Israel went after their many lovers. So he was popping heathens and dealing with their fucking gods, man. Now all of them, you know, didn't necessarily pop heathens. Some of them just following their idols. But a lot of them, all right, a great majority of them were dealing with the fucking heathens.
It's Psalm 44 and 14 that makes us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people. My confusion is continually before me, and the shame on my face has covered me. So the same thing with brothers are covering, man. It's twofold, man. You know why? Because you know who you are, man. You know, especially great far away. It's something confusing and shameful not knowing who you are, man. You know.
And then finding out who you are and looking like your oppressor, man.
Yeah. King David said, "My sins ever before me, man." That shame is ever before us, man. You know.
Yeah, bro. He had one real quick.
Yeah, this because just a little bit further down,
Go ahead.
group 2 and 5, it says, "Thus we were cast down and not exalted." Read verse 4 out. It says, group 2 and 4. Moreover, he hath delivered them to be in subjection to all the kingdoms that are round about us, to be as a reproach and desolation among all the people round about, where Yahweh hath scattered them.
And being a reproach is shame. Shame is synonymous to reproach. To being a reproach. Go ahead.
Thus we were cast down and not exalted, because we have sinned against Yahweh our power and have not been obedient unto his voice. Verse 6, it says, to Yahweh our power appertaineth righteousness, but unto us and to our fathers open shame as appeareth this day. And that's a precept to the Daniel 9 and 7, man. Because what did Daniel say, man? Did unto Yahweh belong all righteousness, man.
Unto us belong the confusion of faces.
You know, and that's that shame. You know, it's manifold. It's not just spiritual shame, but it's in the physical too.
Read one more.
God. Verse 7. It says, for all these plagues are come upon us, which Yahweh hath pronounced against us.
Hey, and one of the places mentioned in the law is that curse of leprosy, which we already read is a shameful thing to look like that, man, to look different from who we are. That was read in the 12th chapter. All right? So, hey, we got the plagues of being brought to Egypt again. We got the plague of being called a byword. We got all of that, man. We also got, some of us that got that leprosy plague, man. Some of us got that shame looking like the different nations.
It's Hosea 7 and 9. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned.
And that's exactly what happened in Ezra 9. Dealt with the heathens, served their idols, and then it says what? He became a cake not turned. That confusion of faces, that's part of that, man. The physical plays into it.
Zephaniah 1 and 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of Yahweh's sacrifice that will punish the princes and the king's children, and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
Hey, and all they is clothed with strange apparel, man. They look confused. They are confused. Shit, they out there popping firecrackers. Hey, that's crazy. We just talking about the 4th of July outfit. This is really a ritual, man. The king's children they clothed in strange apparel, man. These people are really became shameful. They got a fucking outfit for Easter. Like you said, we use it to go into Halloween, but hey, these niggas got an Easter costume.
And you talking about niggas that's worshiping this bullshit. Imagine the Israelite that got the KKK hood on. You see what I'm saying? He going against his own people. Imagine the shame. Come on, man.
Yeah. Yep, he really looked like, yep. Hey, they had a special on that. At AB, a KKK motherfucker, Aryan Brotherhood. He got out of jail and shit. Or he was in jail and they got out on him because, you know, they was fucking him up because he got out the KKK and shit. And I said, I think this dude could be an Israelite, man. He was talking about all his life. Hey, that's you know how his life was and shit, and how he wanted to be a part of something. And you know, he thought he was white, so shit, white power, you know, down with the white man and shit. Then how he grew up, like this shit some bullshit. Like I said, that dude was an Israelite, man. Like you just said, the dude with the KKK hood on. Cause all Esau, look, man, if you're a physical Edomite, man, this go for my motherfucking manager, to dude who laugh in my fucking face every day and smile. Yeah, how are you? To that fucking meathead watching the videos that can't wait to hit on us with a chainsaw. That's really a full-blown cracker. All you crackers are KKK, man. From the sweetest, humblest, most wholesome appearing white man to the most redneckish chainsaw master motherfucker you can think of. In every Edomite's heart, he is the fucking KKK, man. Thus says the Bible. Ezekiel 35:5, man. They have a perpetual hatred against us, man. And I just want to say that. Because it's fucking true, man. When they spirit bear record to something different, man, when they can do something other than be a fucking Edomite, you know who they are, man. For the most part. Shit, let's go back into the confusion.
Mm-hmm. I have scripture real quick. The Lord said, don't turn glory into shame, right? It's Hosea 8:8. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure, man. All right, because we went off against Yahweh Shemiah Shah. We're that undesirable body, so to speak, man. We're undesirable. We're reproached. We're shame, man. That's spiritually and physically, man. You know.
So for you, this is Jeremiah 12. I'm gonna start at 7. It says, I have forsaken my house, I have left my heritage, I have given the dearly beloved of my soul into the hand of her enemies. My heritage is unto me as a lion in the forest, it crieth out against me, therefore have I hated it, man. So the Lord gave us what? Into the hands of our enemies.
Which describes it's like when they said cried against me, it's describing Israel not turning to the Lord. Like we read in the Rebuke, like we read in the Ezra, like we read in Daniel. Israel sought after the different nations and their idols. We got the first part of it. It's the same thing as before. Okay? Yeah.
Verse 9, my heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field. Come to devour.
Then it gets physical. It's the same thing we read all over again. It just describes it differently in the Jeremiah 12 that you mentioned. It's still the same shame. Israel went after the heathens, after the enemies, all right? Dealt with them, mingled with them, learned their works. So we got a speckled bird. We got Israel crying against the Lord, all right? And that's the shame. Plain and simple. It's the same story being told over and over. It's like, man, you can read that over and make the point you want to make.
That was the shit. That was the point. I mean, that was the point. Because that's the totality of it, man. That's the totality of it. You can see the process, man. Started mingling with these heathens, started taking them as wives, start worshiping those idols, having children that was not grown up in our customs, in the heathen customs. You see? And you see the process, man, all throughout the years, man. All the way from Genesis. From when the sons of God seen the daughters of men and seen that they were spared, came down and picked wives according to their liking, man.
All right, that was a shame. And the Lord said, how long will I strive with them, man? That was a shame.
Because what happened, it says children were born unto them, the same became men of renown. So those same men, what if they wasn't following the Lord, man?
Right, and we stick out amongst some other nations, man. Like unto us, like, hey, like in bodybuilding and shit, right? You might see a buff ass nigga, right, in the gym and shit, but he be buffing in Walmart and shit, or he be buffing Walgreens. But when he on the stage amongst the other competitors, he might not look like shit. or he just might look regular as them. When we around the other nations, man, going back into what the brother was saying, we became men and we now amongst them other nations, man. We looked at like when we was gods, but we looked at like gods of the gods of the gods.
Michael Jordan,
I was thinking about this. And it's
Mike
crazy.
Tyson, Floyd,
Yep.
Bruce Lee.
Michael Jackson.
Bruce Lee.
Michael Jackson.
Those the same men of renown, man. You know, same niggas, man. So you can see it playing out, man. Back then in Genesis, those same men married the daughters of the nations, and what happened? Those children that was born of them learned what? The heathenistic ways, man.
And they was mighty in it. They was mighty in it because when Jake a fag, they a fucking fag, yo. Jake Kings is smoking crack. All right. Whatever the hell Jake type of wickedness he into, Jake into a full-fledged, and we make it look so good. Like these rapping niggas, like these house niggas, these trapper rappers. They talk about nothing but destroying our people, man. But they make it look so great, man, that a nigga be like, you better get into this shit. That's it. Esau know this, man. It's only two people that know what's going on. Two sets of people. That's the men of the Lord and the elites of this society, man. That's why they pay these niggas, man, and they wickedness, man. Because they know Jake make wicked shit. They men of renown, man.
I appreciate real quick.
The bar, you had something, right?
Nah, it was me.
It's so cold because I'm sitting here looking at this video right here, man. The Lord don't take kindly to rebellion against established leadership and order, man.
Damn.
And Elder Malcolm is he established in that order, man.
Shit, he the most established brother I know personally. Shit.
Like what? Like what?
Like a motherfucker.
Go ahead, brother. Swag.
I got a precept to back that up real quick, bro. This is 1 Timothy 6:1. It says, "Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor, that the name of Yahweh and his doctrine be not blasphemed." And he said numerous times, man, that you constantly learning from the other Malcolm, man. You ain't giving him no honor at all. No. By saying that you constantly learn from him, but yet you want to try to correct him, man.
This how you show your thanks for all the edification he gave to you.
There ain't no honor in there at all, man.
Thanks for all you tell me, but yeah, your ass is wrong on this.
Right.
And the scripture saying in Sirach, it said, if you shame your father, what glory is the shame to you? What
That's
glory
Sirach,
is it?
third chapter. That's right.
Because the son gets his glory from the father, man.
Ain't no honor, ain't no honor to the dishonor of the father, man.
Yeah. So if your father is saying, guess what? You shame too, man.
Dumb nigga.
All right. This First Esdras 8, and I'm gonna read down to verse 7. It's First Esdras 8 and 74. I'm gonna read the 77. I said, O Lord, I am confounded and ashamed before thy face, for our sins are multiplied above our heads, and our ignorances have reached up unto heaven. For ever since the time of our fathers we have been and are in great sin, even unto this day. And for our sins and our fathers, we with our brethren and our kings and our priests were given up unto the kings of the earth, to the sword and to the captivity, and for a prey with shame unto this day. Right? So that, hey, we were shamed and we didn't know who we were, man. We was out here naked, man. All right? Naked because we left the ways of Yahweh Shimei Shah, man. And also because we mingled ourselves among the heathen. Guess what? We got Israelites that's not gonna look like Shaq or John Shaft, man. All right, confused on who they are, man. Ashamed, looking like the heathen. Because why we sin against Yahweh Shimei Shah, man.
Any other brother have something? All right, I just want to bring this out. All right, this is St. Matthew 13 and 34. It said, all of these things spake. It's St. Matthew 13 and 34. And all these things Yahushua spake Yahushua unto the multitude in parables, and without a parable he spake not unto them. That it may be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables, and I will utter that which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world. And that scripture in Daniel 9:7 and Ezra 9:7, those are parables, man. Knowing, understanding confusion of faces, like the brothers brought out earlier, is manifold, but that's a heavy parable, man. All right. This verse 36, it said, Then Yahushua said unto the multitude of Salaki, then Yahushua sent the multitude away and went into the house, and his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sold them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend and all them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into the furnace of the fire, and there shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. He who have ears to hear, let him hear. So here it is, the Lord breaking down the parable of the wheat, all right, and the tares. And he clearly tell you that the good seed, all right, are the children of the kingdom, and the tares are the wicked ones. So for like you only Israelites, hey, it's Edomites that's melanated as fuck. All right, and some of us, we know who they are through the Spirit of the Lord, but hey, it's some of us, we might not even know who Edomite is to the Lord coming to destroy this place, man.
Well, yeah, it says it. Some niggas that you won't even know is Edomite.
And that's confusion shit. That's confusion, man. Because there's some Edomites, well, people that appear to be Edomites that are children of the kingdom, man. They are of the good seed, and that still goes back to where your father comes from, the seed, man.
Yeah. Don't be surprised if Al Roker is Edomite. I speak as a man, I don't know, but Al Roker fucking right with Edomite, man.
What's that nigga named Brian Gumble? His ass is an Edomite, man. You know?
I think Tim Duncan is Edomite.
Me too.
Trails.
I personally think we used to talk about it all the time, bro.
He
ain't got no salt. He was a basic, like Brock Lesnar, man. He stuck to the script, and that worked. Right? They call him Mr. Fundamentals, man. You can pull up that Tim Duncan picture.
No, I was gonna pull up Brian Gumble.
Pull all them niggas up.
I got
you. They fuck around and pop up tears and shit.
It goes both ways, man.
Dude, Brian Gumble, check him out. Yeah, that's why I had it. You gotta get the other side of the spectrum. All right. Because it's not about a black guy. Look at that dude, man. Oh, this is a sports dude.
Yeah, no, it's him and his brother. His brother do the sports. He a little chunkier. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh my God.
They just weird as hell, man.
No, they much.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is his father. I'm trying to find it. Because his daddy is so-called white man.
Type in Brad Gumbo's pops. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Like I gotta see it.
It ain't that guy.
And it wouldn't even matter if his father looked like a nigga. Hey, because
that's true too.
Hey, like Chicken George, man. That don't matter.
Yep.
Chicken George had a son with a black woman. That child was black as hell. That lamb was amongst niggas in the ghetto all this time. He a damn fucking cracker the whole time, man.
He a two-time loser.
Yep.
So that's like Alan Taylor, right? If he descended from Edomite. Look at that dude. He's an Edomite.
His ass is like a plain ass hamburger. No,
I mean, it's like no salt. Like it's nothing, bro.
Hey, you know what? It might sound funny though, but where's it? Because you don't see the memes about Tim Duncan. You don't see the funny shit about him. You don't see the drama. You don't see what bitch he was fucking. You don't see none of the controversy. Niggas, man, Carmelo Anthony, this lady that he Ephraimite, he Israelite. it's drama around him, man.
Right.
These guys in the NBA, LeBron, oh, he a bitch. Oh, he the king. He this and that. But this on the good side or the
And
bad
you ain't even
side.
gotta be. You ain't even gotta be
I
the
hate
best.
sports.
You ain't gotta be the best in the game to get that. Like
Right.
Shaq and the Fool, man. The nigga Travell McGee was
JaVale,
always on that.
yeah.
Yeah, he was just always on that because he was just Jake, man. Jake is always doing some extra ass shit.
They in that controversy, man.
Jake is extra as hell, man. Even how they on the court, they talk shit, they play a certain way, a certain spirit to them, man.
And it's crazy because I don't even like sports, right? I don't like basketball. I can't play it. I don't watch it. But just off the controversy around these niggas, I know who all of them is. And I seen this nigga play a couple times. He's
more of a
trash.
nigga than
Bro, I was thinking that, bro. I was saying that when I was looking at this picture right here. Like, shit,
a
Pop
different look on it.
Pop got more, you know, than that nigga, man.
He looked like an Edomite, man. He just bugged out.
I do think Pop is Jake.
I think he a Jake too, but yeah.
You know, this is just a proof of point. All right. We speaking as men, but hey, this is through the spirit of the Lord, man. All three of us said it at the same time. I just missed it. I ain't know these two brothers was gonna agree with me. This shit ain't scripted. We don't go write down what we gonna do in the lesson. You know what I'm saying?
That's just fair.
No, I don't think so.
This shit is probably easy.
Hey, fuck Brian Gumbo, man. You can tell his ass something weird about him anyway.
He weird.
Weird as fuck. Wow. Yeah, everybody, man. Chicken Joy, like the brother said, man. Chicken Joy had a whole line in the hood, man.
So I had seen the picture. It was a whole article with him and his brother, and there's more of them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I should have put in, the Gumbo family, right? Still ain't popping up. Fuck these niggas, man.
That's that picture right there.
Which one?
The whole family. No, that's my friend.
Get that bitch Hillary from Fresh Prince. She looked like a black woman.
See in Tamara, 100.
T and Tamara. That's right. That's right.
And they no brother.
Oh, and that's how I know it, because of him. You know, I feel like they're there because of him.
That baby daddy show.
Bro, yes, bro.
Straight Edomite.
The head Edomite had more salt than him in the show. You know, the main character, you know. It's a TV show called Baby Daddy.
He was the baby daddy?
No, he was the friend of the baby daddy.
Oh, yeah, you know he ain't no Jake. They should have played. They should have made me play the baby daddy shit. I would have played the real motherfucking baby daddy. On a multitude of occasions.
Hey, go back to the video. See if this guy say something.
Shit.
We ain't gonna wrap it. I mean, the point.
And I'm not gonna call him out his name, you know, because like I said, I like this brother. He might feel some type of way about me because, you know, I'm not in GMS or whatever you want to call it, you know.
And that's bullshit, man. To say that, because if you teaching the correct doctrine, man, hey, it is what it is. The Men of Valor brothers, they ain't Great Millstone, man.
And the Elder Malcolm always mentioned them.
The DTA brothers for the longest, you know. So it's about the doctrine, man. It ain't about if you in Great Millstone, man.
But you know, regardless, the brother brings out very pertinent.
We with DTA.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. We talking on the line with DTA.
Yep.
In this house.
Drank with him, talk shit with him. We had a good time with him.
Yep.
That's bullshit, man.
Jake full of shit, man.
Yep.
It's about the truth.
Right, we ain't telling that nigga ain't GMS. Go to the motel. Or some niggas over there at that bar.
Look at it. It's all about the doctrine, man.
Man. All right. So let's see the response that he gave me. Blanket statement. If conjecture and opinion like yours with no precepts, there is no content on your page, you're not apt to teach nor a man of the Lord. So just right off the rip, I'm just a nigga, man. I'm just like everybody else in the world. I'm not apt to teach. I don't have no content on my page. First of all, brothers have different pages, man.
Right,
this page that I commented on.
Hey, and why do you feel the need to defend yourself? You know, why do you feel the need to defend yourself? Right, you don't think about it as the Elder Malcolm would deal with it. Look at it. Look at the amount of views he get, and then go down to his comments. He got scoffers after scoffers after scoffers after scoffers, man.
You see what I put in the group? I said you got the worst. The worst scoffers in Israel.
So he said, look, blanket statement. If conjecture and opinion like yours with no precepts, there is no content. So he is what he saw, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say a righteous man judge off the appearance. Now, if he seen your page where you had your videos that you put up, he could have judged off that. But a man with thousands of scoffers, see one nigga talk, oh, this is no content, he talking shit, bam. Shit, I wouldn't even answer your ass. And I can show you my comment board. And they be like, well, what about the gospel? And this say that, and this say that, with all breakdowns. Now, another brother might get on there and say something, but I'll say, you a bitch, Joe. I would literally, these brothers say that. I don't argue with you niggas on the comment board. Hey, look, watch the motherfucking videos. I'll just tell you a bitch.
Because he started off by saying, what? Hey, I like this brother is sincere. He's talking about Elder Malcolm. Well, why don't you give him the benefit of the doubt? Well, maybe he thought I was on this. Well, that wasn't my approach. But you taking it upon yourself to defend yourself, man. When the scriptures tell you not to justify yourself, man.
Ecclesiastes 12:13. That's my page that I watch all of my videos on and leave comments. Ecclesiastes V13 Houston is the page.
Why he shouting out his page?
All of my videos of me going out and teaching and pushing the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Okay? So Jake, you got to kind of chill out before jumping the gun and accusing somebody of not doing something and not apt to do this and not apt to do that. All right. Then he doubled back and said, you more than likely an agent of Edom. Damn, bro. Off of this comment, I'm an agent of Edom?
Yeah, more than likely.
Because I left this comment.
You see what I'm saying? Because you hear the emotion in the voice, man.
Hey, that shit called selective hearing.
You should. Well. How we do, man? You know, we perfect example, right? And I hate to use myself, but I did a lesson on Adam Abbott.
I was right here.
They have yet to respond. I ain't gonna keep making comments. No, okay, brothers. If they get it, they get it. They don't, they don't.
Hey,
So he should have had that spirit, man. I posted it on the comment board. I corrected him. He didn't get it. Okay, okay, brother. You know.
And you're wrong.
And he's wrong at that.
Right. Hey, what about suffering? Yeah, come. What about that? Hey, the scripture says sinful man finding an excuse, man. You go conjure up some shit, man. Just leave it alone. You should have said, all right, brother, I just really don't understand why y'all bring this out. I'm one of the brothers from so-and-so, Salakia, or nothing at all. Even if you didn't feel like you was wrong. If you was a man of the Lord, you still, like the elder Uriah say, hey, you operate within the bounds of the scriptures. This shit ain't in the bounds of the scriptures. Well, on the left-hand side of it.
It says soft answer, turn away wrath. It says yielding, pacified offenses. So, hey, it was simple. Salakia, I'm not an agent. I'm not this and that. I actually learned from your video. It could, you know what I'm saying?
And that's when you could have said, my real page is this, and that. But the elder won't see this.
Right. He didn't like you said, you don't go teach. He said you ain't got no content on your page. Which you don't. It's facts. You didn't have content on that page. You just said it yourself.
Right. And man, it's judged by his appearance, man. And the things he say. That's in Sirach. Yeah. And that's all you said. Right. His consonants, his attire, excessive laughter, and gait. Something to that effect. Yeah.
That's madness, bro. That's madness. Hold on, son. Hold on. That is madness, man. All right. He said, you're more than likely an agent of Edom. Come on, man. I have a perfect hatred for Edom. I go out on the streets and condemn Edom to his fucking face. I'm a fucking agent for the goddamn white man. And that shit pissed me off when I read it. I'm like, damn, brother, I wasn't even coming at you on no nigga shit.
Just relax.
Right?
It's out of order.
So then I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and put some precepts. All right. Let me put some precepts for this brother. And I still kept a cool spirit about the whole situation. All right. So I said, I put my confusion.
And just because like we started off with, man, just I keep a cool spirit, or I was talking calmly. That ain't got shit to do with pride, man, and arrogancy. It's pride and arrogancy all in this, man. You could have took the low road. You didn't have to respond, man.
Right. You take the low when the black woman putting a fucking finger in your face. calling you a bitch ass nigga and all this shit. You take the low for the black woman or whatever type of nigga bitch you deal with. All the tribes, some straight bitches. A bitch is about to pick me up in a minute. All these bitches.
It's continually before me, and the shame of my face has covered me. Right? So is that also talking about Israelites looking like other nations? Or is it talking about a nigga being ashamed for the different things that the nation of Israel have done, and the Most High turned his back on us and made us forget our heritage and made us forget all of the great wisdom that we're supposed to have as Israelites?
Why couldn't it be talking about both? Wisdom is manifold.
The cap niggas put the limit on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and his wisdom. Right,
So-
y'all just
so-
brought out the manifold scriptures.
So if I believe I'm an Israelite, but I look like another nation and I'm reading this Psalms, I can't apply this to myself. My confusion is continually before me, and the shame of my face has covered me. I can't use that.
Hey, Paul took something, a little thing. It wasn't a parable. It wasn't nothing. It was a historical account. All right, of Abraham having the child with the bondmaid and the child with the free woman. He took something that actually happened and used as an allegory about us dealing with the law, man, and then dealing with the grace. What? You telling me the scripture ain't manifold, dude? You tweaking. Right. We ain't gonna watch this whole thing, because now we just gonna be going in circles, man. We already proved the point, man.
Yeah.
Hey, but to back you up though, man, when the brother read that Hosea, when I first read that Hosea, where he from his mix himself among the heathen, he's a cake not turned, that was a shame unto me, man. The fact that that we lost the way that we look before, that we lost, a level of melanin, man. That's a damn shame, man. Oh, it was more glorious, man. But whatever. Just to back up the brother.
Well, that's a good testimony right there. That's proof. So with that alone, hey, you cut, man. Anybody got anything other scriptures? We got like they said, out of the horse's mouth, man. All right. Anybody got anything?
Just the last little comment. If you disregard your conjecture response, but here's some precepts for you, bro. By the way, I've been on the hedges pushing since 09. I ain't no regular nigga out here. Shalom.
Pride, only by pride, and strife.
Man, you could have held your peace and continue to teach. Hey, continue to hit the hedges, man.
This Luke 10. Hey, look, this Luke 10 in verse 25. And behold, a certain lawyer stood up and tempted him, saying, Master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? He said to him, Let us read of the law. How readest thou? And he answering said, Thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. And he said unto him, Thou answered right. This do, and thou shalt live. So Yahushua was like, Look, yeah, you gave the right answer, so do it then, right? But he willing to justify himself said unto Yahushua, and who is my neighbor? So he's justifying himself, man, like, I've been doing this already. Clearly, it wasn't enough. Yahushua said, do it and live then, man. Right? Jake has beyond that, justifying himself, man. Hey, pride.
I got a precept real quick. Like, this St. John 7:18. He that speaketh of himself seeketh his own glory.
Ain't no regular nigga out here.
Right. But he that seeketh his glory that sent him, the same is true, and no unrighteousness is in him. Right? So hey, you want to speak of yourself, you want to say you ain't no regular nigga. You trying to big yourself up, man. Just do the work. Hey, Salaki Chicago.
Hey, you can still go off. Hey, I got a saying, and whether you can receive the parable or not, whatever. All right, it's one of my parables. And I'll speak as a man of the Lord, man. Hey, look, we all niggas in the proven innocent, man. We all guilty in the proven innocent, man. I don't know if I'm one of the elect men of the Lord. I hope I am. We ain't just regular niggas. You don't know who the hell you is, man. We just have the instructions right now, and we just happen to be the ones using them. Other than that, man, shit, you can still go off. You can go off tomorrow, man. Hey, the Lord said, for this reason, I will choose the delusions, man. In Isaiah, what's that, the 66th chapter? The Lord will bug you out, man, for some stupid ass shit like that. The Lord will show you how much of a regular, mundane nigga you is. He'll put 7 spirits on you, stronger than what it was before you start teaching, man.
This is Sirach. The Sirach 7:5. It says, Justify not thyself before the Lord, and boast not of thy wisdom, before the king, man.
Con,
That's exactly what this guy doing.
I've been doing this. Hey, the scripture said, therefore, let he who thinks he stand take heed lest he fall, man. Take heed to what? The scriptures, man. The scriptures say, take heed to thyself and unto the doctrine, man. Rebuke not an elder, but admonish him as a father, man. This is fucking mad. This is fun. We ain't gonna get too hyped on it, bro. Anything else?
I just want to bring out a scripture to show. I'm gonna just read it. This is Acts 2 and 5. And there were dwelling in Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. All right, because we were, we were scattered amongst the lands, amongst the heathens. It says, now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in their own language, right? Because in Nehemiah, the 13th chapter, they were speaking the other language, the nation's languages. All right, so that goes to show you that we dwelt amongst the heathens. All right, we spoke their other languages, and along with that, they slept with them women in the lands, and will look like the heathens as well. All right.
And you gotta understand, to be a clean vessel and be called unclean, that's a shame right there. Cornelius was considered, and as far as Peter's vision go, he was a holy man. He was a righteous vessel. Cornelius was a righteous vessel. But in that vision, how was it given to Peter to look at him, man? He looked at him as well. He said he saw unclean animals, pigs, and all type of stuff, man. That's a shame. And you can't see that. Oh well, man. All right. It's 2010 year prophecy, man. The Lord is going to come redeem us, man. All right. Hey, if you can't get it, hey, like the prophet, we moving on, man. All right. Y'all brothers got anything else? All right. Yeah.
Hey, so Lord willing, you receive this admonishment, man. Hey, because that's what this is, bro. It's an admonishment, man. You way out of order doing what you did, bro.
Yeah, this whole video is 7 minutes so far. He ain't brought no scripture out. It's a whole video so far. Him just trying to justify himself, which proves the spirit you in, man. All right, so with that, hey, hope it's edifying. All praise and glory to
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Bakodash.
Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Israel, man. And salutations, you brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and charity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.